Mary Ball Washington, the mother of George, was an invaluable resource for him during his lifetime. She presided over the family plantation of 276 acres at Ferry Farm until her eldest son came of age. She lived to see George command the Continental Army to independence and become inaugurated as the initial American president in 1789. After learning that he'd been elected president in April 1789, George traveled to her home in Fredericksburg to visit her. He knew that she was suffering from terminal cancer. She knew that her own death was imminent. George offered to decline the presidency to take care of her during her remaining months. She refused his offer and urged him to fulfill his higher destiny. On August 25th, she succumbed to the disease. Mary Washington had spent the final 17 years of her life residing in a large white frame house that George purchased for her in 1772. It was located near her daughter Betty Washington Lewis's home, Kenmore Plantation, and a townhouse owned by her younger son, Charles Washington. In 1780, Charles moved to Charlestown, West Virginia, and the portion of the house facing Main Street was converted into a tavern. George made frequent visits to his mother along with his contemporaries including John Marshall, George Mason, Thomas Jefferson, the Lee family, and the Marquis de Lafayette. Following her death, the property would be converted into a museum, as it remains today. She was held with such high regard that her son ordered a memorial stone within months following her death. That stone became so ravaged by souvenir hunters that a movement began in 1826 to erect a more sustainable and elaborate monument. In 1833, President Andrew Jackson laid the initial cornerstone. Completion and fundraising languished until 1894 when President Grover Cleveland unveiled the completed obelisk marker. Thousands attended the unveiling ceremony. Additional surrounding landscaping would be added in 1937. In 1908, the Fredericksburg Teaching College was founded. 30 years later, the university would change its name to Mary Washington College in her honor.